So it's a cold day in North Texas. The weather app on my phone says it's 18 degrees. And if you take a look here, you'll see my quench bucket, which is pretty much frozen. So I decided to come out into the forge and start a fire. So the first thing to do is get the forge started. The amazing high-tech method you use is to burn some paper in it and then turn on the gas and hope for the best. And hope your lighter isn't frozen. Okay. Wow. Nozzle on my blowtorch is about frozen too. And then I need to heat up random pieces of scrap steel to try to melt the water in my quench tank. And once that's done, I'll be able to get started. You can see things starting to heat up a little bit. I'm going to let all that stuff get a nice, bright, really probably lemon yellow before I drop it in the water and see if I can melt as much of that tank as possible. And these are the two pieces of steel I'm going to be working today. They're just about the same size, 3/8 inch. And I'm going to be making a couple more of those wall hooks out of them. But I'm actually going to try to work them at the same time, so I'm spending less time waiting for stuff to get hot. So it looks like I've managed to melt through a lot of the ice and into the actual water below. There's about probably about 1.5 inches of ice on the top of the water in this bucket. But I did lose one of my pieces of steel down into the quench bucket under the ice, and I can't get that one out now. Now that I've struck liquid in my quench tank, let's see about actually hitting some stuff, which is the whole reason I came out here 30 minutes ago. These are basically just more of the same hook. I'm trying to figure out how to get things pretty much duplicated instead of each one being completely unique. So we're not going to be covering any new ground, and I'm probably going to edit heavily just so it's not too repetitive. And mostly I'm just having fun forging while a little bit of snow falls outside. Because really, if I spend a whole hour making one of these, that's not real efficient, because half that time is spent looking into the forge and watching the steel heat up. But if I do things this way, every time I put one into the heat, I can pull the other one out and it's ready to go. The only downside is that means a little bit less rest time for me between them. We'll see what happens. And I think my next non-forging project is going to be to build a table set right about here with all my hammers on it and my tongs, so I'm not having to reach behind me and use my table saw. Because squaring up nicely. Got a nice square with round corners here. So now it's time to put the other end in the fire. I don't know if you can see it, but there's actually tiny little snowflakes blowing in and landing on the anvil. This is working really well. Let my tongs get a little warm. Time to start tapering. And this one, I would say, is ready to taper. Grab the serious hammer. Helps if I don't miss the anvil completely. Alright, time to start my taper on this one. Tapering blows are kind of hard to get the hang of because you're having to come in and hit at an angle to shape it, along with having enough impact to move the metal. So it takes a bit of practice. Say that I've mastered it yet. getting there. And now this one's ready to draw out the taper. Out into that long, thin shape that I can then scroll over, clean up the end a little bit here. I'm going to be honest, this never stops being cold. It's been about a week since I've been in my forge, and it's been about enough time for me to be just a little bit clumsy with the tongs. Got to try to get back into the feel of things. Taper on the right side. We'll find the sides of the taper on this one too. And get it all drawn out. Good and thin. Things up before I put it back in the fire. This is kind of fun. And the cold makes so much steam. It's just, I can't help but laugh. This on a steel plate to cool down a little bit. And grab this one and get the taper all fixed up. Clean shape. All right. That is about all for right now. Because even with about a 2,000 degree fire right there, it's cold. I'm gonna go in and have myself some hot chocolate or something. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, stay warm. And I'll see you next time.